We're still in book 8.3a, perimeter, area, and volume, okay, using formulas. So we're going to use the formulas from the very first page. You'll be given these formulas on the test and the final exam, so you don't have to memorize them, okay? So, first question, it says, what is the name of the shape? Oh, we can't see the shape. Let's open it up there. So it says, what is the name of the shape? So we go, it's a triangle. So once we know the shape, we can look for the formulas. Now there's two triangles on this page. This one is the Pythagorean theorem. We're going to use that later in the course, not now. So if we look for triangle, we see P for perimeter, A for area. So we're going to use these formulas here. So let's see. So here, what is the name of the shape? It's a triangle. Okay? And it says calculate the perimeter and area. So here's my triangle. Here's the perimeter formula. It just says add up the outside, because perimeter is just like a fence. It's a sillage around something. So if I look perimeter is just adding up the outside. So if I say find the perimeter of the shape, you just add up the outsides of the fence. Okay? So let's look here. Let's put our numbers on. So A is 75, B is 47, and C is 88.51. So my perimeter is just adding up the outside. So 47 plus 75 plus 8851, and that's equal to 210.51 centimeters. Now we don't put centimeters squared or cubed when we're doing perimeter. Okay, let's do area now. We have to find the area. So the area formula is half times base times height. Okay, so if we look at the triangle, the base is the bottom of the triangle. So here's the base. So we go half, but I'm lazy. I don't want to put half in the calculator. You can put half if you want as a fraction, but I can also put 0.5. It's the same thing. So you can use half or 0.5 times the base. The base is 75. And the height is how tall the triangle is. So times 40. Oh, sorry. Yes, we're doing area. I made a mistake. Let's try to start again. It's correct. So 0.5. So half is the same as 0.5. The base is 75. It's the bottom. And the height is 47. So times the height, which is 47. Okay? So half times the base times the height. That's going to give me the area. And that's 1,762.5 centimeters. Now if I look at the word area, how many A's are in area? 2. You have to remember to put a little 2 here. And we don't say 2, we say squared. Square, or square, no D. Sometimes D, sometimes no D. Square, like marabba, square. Okay, so don't forget when you're doing area, you have to put a squared there. Let's look at number 2. It says, what is the name of the shape? Again, it's a triangle. Okay, we have to find the perimeter and area. So perimeter, let's put all the numbers on here first. 62.67. B is 90.68. So perimeter is adding up the outside. So the outside is just this one, and this one, not this one. So I'm not going to use the 59 because perimeter is just the outside of the shape. So 62.67, and that's equal to 243.35, and it's kilometers. Kilometers. There's a little point there. Now we're going to find the area. Now the area is half times the base times the height for a triangle. So half times the base times the height. So half I go 0.5, but you can put half in the calculator or 0.5. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. The base is the bottom of the triangle. Here's the bottom, so that's 90. And the height. When you go to the doctors, and they measure your height, you stand like this, and they go, oh, you are, I don't know, 165 centimeters. You don't stand like this at the doctors, and they measure your height and say, oh, you're 122 centimeters, okay? You always stand straight up and down. You don't stand like this. So my height is not this one because it's on an angle. It's not this one because it's on an angle. You don't stand like that at the doctors. You stand like this. So the height is always the one that's straight up and down. So here the height is 59, so you must use 59. Don't use these numbers for a height, okay? And my total area is 5,310 kilometers. Area. How many A's does area have? 2. Remember to put the little squared there. That's just a memory trick to help you remember to put the 2 on area. How many A's are there? 2. Put the 2 there. Okay. Let's turn the page, and we're going to do number 7. Okay, number 7. I can't see. Let's move it so you can see. Okay, it says, what is the name of the shape? Ooh, that's a weird one. Okay, so here you have 2 parallel lines, and these are weird. Whenever you have 2 parallel lines and these things are kind of weird on the side, my brain automatically sees a flower pot, and I go, oh, it looks like a flower pot. I can grow flowers out of this. And when I'm trying to find the shape, which one looks like a flower pot? This one. If I turn it upside down, there's 2 parallel lines, and it looks like I can grow flowers out of it. These lines can be anything, any straight lines, but these must be parallel. So when you have 2 parallel lines, and it looks like you grow flowers out of it, it's a trapezoid. Okay? So here, we have a weird shape called a trapezoid, 2 parallel lines. Okay? So let's put the information, let's write the word first, because it says, what is the name of the shape? Trapezoid. Okay? And it says calculate the perimeter and area. Perimeter. So perimeter means add up all the outside edges, but let's put the numbers on so we know it. A1 is 100, A2 is 42, B1 is 66.6, 44.72, and that H is 44. So which one are we not going to use for the perimeter? Yeah, we're not going to use this one because we only want the outside numbers to add up. So 66.6 plus 42 plus 44.72 plus 100. Okay, and that's going to equal, what is that? Let's check. I have to put it in. 66. Oops, plus 100. Oops, SD. So 253. Oops. And it's meters. And perimeter, you don't put anything up here. You don't put a squared or a cubed. It's just 253 meters. Now we have to calculate the area. So the area, you have to find the formula of a trapezoid. It's this. So area is equal to half h little b big B. What does that mean? So h stands for the height of the trapezoid, and little b and big B stand for the 2 parallel lines. So the little b goes with the small parallel line, and the big B goes with the big parallel line. We don't use these for area, okay? So here's B, here's B, but don't use things. These could be labeled anything. Don't use these ones. We always use the 2 parallel lines for the formula, okay? So we're not going to use this for area. We're not going to use this for area, okay? It says half. Well, what's half as a decimal? I like to put in my calculator 0.5 because it's easier, but you can use the fraction, it doesn't matter. The height, h stands for the height, so here's my height, which is 44. Then we have little b, the small parallel line, which is 42. Then we have the big parallel line, which is 100. Okay, and we put that in the calculator. Let's see. We have 0.5 bracket 44, 42 plus 100. 3,124, and it's meters. And because it's area, how many A's does area have? 2. It's just a memory trick to help you remember to put a 2 here. So meters squared, maraba. Okay, we use the word square. Meters square. Okay, let's do the next one. So it says, what is the name of the shape? Circle. Okay, calculate the perimeter and area. The perimeter of a circle. That means the outside of the circle. So perimeter means the outside of a circle here, and we learned that a circle has a special name for perimeter. We call the perimeter of a circle circumference. Sorry. Circumference. So don't put P for perimeter, let's put circumference. So here, we have two formulas for circumference. I don't use the first one, I use these ones. I always use R for radius. It makes it easier for my brain. R stands for radius, D stands for diameter. I like using these two, but it doesn't matter, you can use this one if you want. So C equals 2 pi R. R stands for radius. Okay? The radius is half a circle. Here, this is the full length, all the way across the circle. That's the diameter. But we only want the radius. So we want half the circle. So I'm just going to go 5 divided by 2. That's 2.5. So my radius is 2.5. Okay, so here I'm going to put 2.5. 2 pi times 2.5. So 2, where's the pi? Pi button's underneath this one. If you look closely, there's a little pi there. Because it's yellow, I'm going to put shift first. 2 pi, and then 2.5. Now it's going to say 5 pi. I don't want that. I want a decimal, so I'm going to push D for decimal. So that's 15.707 blah 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 blah. Let's round it. Does that 0 tell him to go bigger or stay the same? Yeah, stay the same. So it's approximately 15.7 centimeters. And because perimeter and circumference is just the distance around, we don't put an exponent up there. Okay? So now it says find the area. So we go back to the formula for a circle. Area is equal to pi r squared. My radius is equal to 2.5. It hasn't changed. So I'm going to substitute the 2.5 for r. Now let's put that in our calculator. Shift pi, let's do that again. Shift, and then this button, that will give you pi. And then 2.5 squared. We don't want that with the pi, we want decimal, so we're going to hit D for decimal. 19.6349 blah 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 blah. Cut it here. Does that 3 tell the 6 to stay the same or go big? Yeah, 3 is small, so we stay the same. So approximately 19.6 centimeters. Area. How many A's does area have? 2. So don't forget to put the squared here. Centimeters squared. Okay. Let's look at the last question here. Find the diameter of this circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, when we don't have a unit, centimeters, millimeters, kilometers. Then we can usually use the word units. So 6 units. We don't know what they are, so we just put the word units. Radius is half. So 1, 2, 3. 3 units. Circumference, that means all the way around. Okay, circumference. There's the formula here, 2 pi r. So let's go, circumference equals 2 pi r equals 2 pi. Radius is 3. So 2, oops, I turned my calculator off. Turn on. So 2 times pi times 3. Well, we don't want 6 pi, we want a decimal, so push SD. So that's 18.849 blah 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 blah. If I cut it there, that 4 is still small, so it's approximately, let's do it here, it's approximately 18.8, and we don't have centimeters or kilometers, we just have the word units. Okay, now let's do area. The formula for a circle, the area of a circle, is pi r squared. And what was the radius again? The radius was 3. Okay, let's put that in the calculator. 9 pi. I don't want that. I want a decimal. So push SD. So that's 28.27 blah 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 blah. Cut it here. This 7 is big. Anything 5 and above makes him go bigger. It's called rounding. So that's approximately 28.3, and we're just using the word units. Oh, area. How many A's does area have? 2. So remember to put units squared. Okay.